Welcome back, friends. So today's video lesson is on the AWS well-architected framework reliability pillar. It is one of the most important pillars because it deals with your HA, that is high availability fault tolerance for mission critical systems which needs to be up and running 365 days into 24 into 7. So, for example, the financial institutes like who are providing payment services to the customers, they need to be up and running 24 by 7. There cannot be any downtime or let's say outages which needs to be taken care of through reliability because payments are 24 by 7 all over the world, right? So, what are the design principles? So, in a real life scenario, the first design principle from AWS well architected framework is automatically recover from failure. So how do we automatically recover from failure? So if you have used, containers, or if you have used Kubernetes or EKS, ECS, so there are actually configurations which will always keep the service up and running to the minimal which we have configured. For example, like we want the services for an instance to be up and running minimal 2. So if one instance goes down, the other instance will automatically be holding and processing the load, and automatically the instance which was down will be brought up by the system in case of ECS, EKS, and even in some other configurations which we use. But what are the important things we need to take note of? The important thing is that if that particular container or service which was down, does it have any impact on the services? Yes, it is fault tolerant, means the services will be up and running, but in a low fashion, in the sense like there will be no downtime, but the degradation of, let's say, the services will be there. There might be some latency because only one instance is running instead of two. So these are the things we need to take note of for mission critical systems. So if you want to learn more about HA and fault tolerance, then please go through my video on that. That has a very simplistic definition and explanation of what is HA and what is fault tolerance, right? So basically, in our real life scenarios where we have worked in multiple banks, multiple multinational companies, what we do generally is we have it through DevSecOps pipeline where we can, for example, let's say the service is down because of some patch issues, or the patch was not up to the level, or the patch didn't go in correctly, so that can be re-triggered through the pipeline. There is no manual intervention. So as I discussed in the previous pillar of security also, like automation is one of the keys. This particular thing also comes into factor here. Automatically recover from failure, right? Then test recover failure. Test recover failure, I mentioned, like if a service is down, like how badly it is affecting the service, whether we should have how many of minimal number of instances running. If let's say it is 4 and the instances running are 2, whether it will be able to take the load and also sustain till the time the other two comes up automatically. So all these things has to be validated on your recovery procedure. You know, so how do we test it in real life scenario? There are disaster recovery drills, there are business continuity process drills, which I have myself run in multinational banks. I have actually coordinated, managed the DR where every services fails over from the primary data center to the DR data center. and we check end-to-end transaction, whether we are able to process messages on time or not. There are some key terms which I will be discussing in upcoming videos, like RTO, RPOs. What are those terms? It is very important from interview perspective also. So these are the things in the test recovery procedure. Then scaling in and scaling out. If you are using AWS services, definitely the ASG, the group of like auto scaling group and all these things can be configured, and based on CPU load and other things, we can actually uh, scale out horizontally or scale in when the load is less. This particular hands-on auto scaling group thing we'll be seeing soon, so please stay tuned, and we will check in the upcoming videos. So this stop guessing capacity, if you are on cloud, yes, we can actually definitely scale in and scale out as required. So yes, this is one of the other things. But reliability and fault tolerance, I must say from my real life experience, is like this net needs to be actually tested time to time, and yearly, definitely mandatorily once, and maybe like regional DRs. Like for example, if you are a multinational banks all over the world, you can do a, for example, Asia Pac DR, where the Asia Pac services will be like failed over to your DR data center, and for let's say US one, it has its own DR and all these things, right? So these can be done. And last but not the least, automation will be always one of the factors in all the reliability pillars. Even if we are discussing about security, operational excellence, the reliability, performance, sustainability, everywhere, this particular automation thing will always kick in. So this is, it's a very, very high level thing in terms of your preparation for AWS cloud practitioner, but you have to understand like where and why these things needs to be in there and how does it fit in. So with that, I will take leave for today, and I will see you in the next video lesson. See you. Bye.